Now today you might have watched 15 reels about marketing and saved 6 of them, but how many have you actually created yourself? So today we're talking about how you can stop learning about marketing and actually just start marketing. Let's get right into it. If you're new here, my name is Liz and I help coaches and consultants add video to their business. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss any of my future content. Now, this issue of learning instead of actually doing has become a big problem, especially for coaches and consultants over the last 5 years. Since the pandemic, we've seen that everyone in the world is teaching about marketing your business. They're teaching all of the things: social media marketing, email marketing, website, all of the things. And so new business owners are in this world now where they are trying to learn about everything before they actually take action. Now, when I first started my first business, I didn't have any time to learn about it because I was in the thick of the business, so I had to just get moving quickly. But when I started Timebox Digital Media, that's when I did spend some time learning as well. And quickly, people started asking me, well, Liz, when is your business going to get off the ground? We don't see anything about it. That's when I realized that I was stuck in this mode of overlearning and feeling like I have to finish learning 100% of the material in existence before I could actually put myself out there and start doing things. So in today's video, we're going to talk through how you can actually break that cycle of learning and instead focus on implementing so that you can actually move your business forward. Let's jump right into it. Now, one reason that people get into this situation in the first place is because of doom scrolling or endless scrolling. You might be following X number of people on Instagram or Facebook, and they all seem like they're very knowledgeable and they know what they're talking about, and they've got great brands online. So you're following everyone, which means all of their content is in your face all the time. So if you are just scrolling for 10 minutes, then you might come across 4 different marketing experts that are going to tell you 4 different things. Everything sounds very logical and reasonable, and you want to implement everything. So you go ahead and save everyone's posts so that you can use it someday, and then that day never comes. So one of the first things to do is start unfollowing people. I do this regularly. Once a week, I unsubscribe from email lists that I no longer want to be on, and I start unfollowing people on Instagram and Facebook. I do this because I know that they're all wonderful business owners. They all know what they're talking about, but having too much of that information in my face is not going to serve me. In fact, it's going to hold me back from taking decisions and settling on 1 or 2 good strategies. So spend a little bit of time every single week just unfollowing people that you feel like you're just not following that much anymore. Their content doesn't seem to connect with you that much anymore. Maybe something about the way that they are showing up just doesn't click with you as a person. Make some hard decisions and start unfollowing people. Slowly, you will see that you will just be focused on a couple different experts in different niches. Do your best to identify 1 to 2 experts in every area that you are really interested in learning in the next 3 months. There's a lot of different topics out there that we want to learn about someday. It would all be useful for our business at some point. But your goal is to sort of get past that overwhelm and that overthinking so that you can take action in the next 3 months. And there's some tools that might be more useful to you in the next 3 months than others. So follow those experts and pay careful attention to what they're offering and what they're teaching, and then try to sort of zone out the rest of the noise that you see all across the other platforms. The next thing I want you to do is consider that there is no perfect one strategy. This is one of the reasons that business owners sometimes drown in all of this learning, because they're hoping for that magic bullet. They're kind of thinking that, oh, if I learn this one more thing, that's going to be the ticket to all my success and everything. But I want to remind you that every single business owner is doing things differently. There might be some business owners that are sending a weekly email and they are getting their sales through those emails. There might be another business owner who never sends emails, but they are showing up every few days on social media and they're getting their sales like that. There might be another business owner who doesn't use any of the above and they work purely through referral. So different strategies work for different people. There are no silver bullets, my friend. That is something you have to accept, because if there was a silver bullet, people would have found it by now. We all would have been doing that one thing. So a lot depends on the type of business you have, your personality, how much time you have, what are the skills you are willing to invest, and how your audience actually likes to get information to make a purchasing decision. All of this has to come into play. You will find that perfect mode of strategy that works well for you. You will find something that doesn't burn you out, that doesn't feel awful, that doesn't make you feel stretched and strained, and that you feel comfortable showing up in that mode with. So you do have to test out things. You do have to see what works for your audience. But I encourage you to stop kind of trying to learn about every single thing in the world, hoping that one of those things is going to enlighten your entire business, because that's kind of unlikely. Now, one thing I wanted to remind you about social media is that social media is not meant to be homework. It is a conversation. So too many business owners never get on social media because they're spending all their time looking for the perfect Instagram templates to buy on Etsy or Creative Market, or trying to hire somebody to design everything for them, or trying to create a perfect content calendar and then testing 7 different platforms to run that on. All of that is actually preventing you from just getting out on social media. Instead of that, all you need is 5 topics. Think of 5 topics that your audience cares about. Drill them down, make them specific, and then just press record. Or just create some type of a simple thing in Canva and then just post it. The longer you are spending time trying to think about how to make it perfect, how to create viral content, that is all delaying you from actually showing up on social media. Your audience is not getting a chance to see you because you are holding yourself back with all of that. Instead, your competitors are showing up daily. If you are worried that you don't want to just jump the gun and start posting stuff that doesn't look perfect in comparison to your competitors, I want to remind you that social media has changed. Polished, produced stuff isn't getting the type of views and interest that very authentic, natural, relaxed content is getting. So be willing to just show up as yourself and prioritize putting your stuff out there rather than waiting months to put out perfect stuff. And on that topic, I want to remind you that you already have enough content in your brain. You don't have to be researching more and trying to find perfect content topics and getting frustrated thinking about content pillars and all the things that content strategists talk about. Instead of that, consider the fact that you already probably have expertise in your niche. You might be somebody who has gone through all of these problems already, and you've already interacted with people who are trying to solve these problems. So make a list of those top 5 problems. Make a list of 5 problems that your audience doesn't even know that they have, and then just press record on it or create some content on it. You don't have to wait to be able to come up with 1,000 content ideas in order to start making content. At least make content with a few of the things that you know really well. Start getting familiar talking to the camera so that your audience actually sees your face and remembers that you exist. And then that will be a great stepping point for building more creative, more thought-provoking content. I also want to encourage you to get into a habit of making something before you consume something. This business of scrolling on platforms and saving everything that you see, knowing full well that you are not going to go back to any of those things and make similar content or use those reels, is actually really holding you back. Instead of that, stop saving stuff all the time. Have a couple trending audios that you might save, and be realistic about the fact that your trending audio could be absolutely not trending in 10 days. So the longer that you save it and leave it there, it's actually going out of commission as you are waiting and dust is settling on it. So don't have more than 2 or 3 trending audios saved. And similarly, don't save more than 2 or 3 pieces of content in your saved bookmarked contents. Use the things that you have. Start looking at the stuff that you've already saved and think about what you want to do with it. If it's no longer relevant to you, unsave it and get it out of your space. Start using the content and the ideas that you've already collected. Use those for inspiration. And then once you've exhausted all of that, start working on new stuff. Remember, the best marketing strategy is the one that you use. If you are saving stuff and scrolling and writing down things and working with systems and doing all of that, but you are still not posting content, then it means that you are not actually making use of all of that work that you are doing. You're just letting it go to waste. So rather than that, focus more on the implementation. It's the implementation that is going to bring you sales. It is going to help you build an audience, and it's going to move your business forward. Imagine that a student went to the bookstore and bought 75 new textbooks that were all gorgeous and beautiful and written by the best authors. And then they took them and then just laid it on their desk and never opened a single one. That's the equivalent of what a lot of business owners are doing. They're gathering all the information, but not actually implementing it, opening it up, making use of it themselves, and trying to see what they can learn and do with it in their life. So don't be one of those types that just saves every reel and scrolls every reel. Instead, be the type that is putting out reels. Let your audience see your reels. Let other people see your stuff and save it so that you can actually move your brand forward. Now, if you like this video, I hope that you will give it a like, share it off with one of your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Tuesday, I bring you a new video teaching you how you can add video to your business. So until next time, take care.